Welcome to the DCTV News at Noon program. I'm Kendra Cook. Dolores County Broadcasting Network is the producer of DCTV with support from the Southwest TV Translator Association. If you have a news topic or event that you would like to see covered, give us a call. The studio number is 970-677-4119. Today's show runs Thursday at noon and is uploaded to our YouTube channel and our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page to watch on demand. Today is July 12th, 2018. And now, the News at Noon. From the Durango Herald, photo credit Shane Benjamin and file photo. The Durango and Silverton Narrow Gauge Railroad plans to resume coal-fired steam engine service to Silverton today, Thursday, after more than 40 days stuck in the depot. We're preparing to run on that day, General Manager John Harper said on Tuesday. Harper said the train will work with local agencies and fire districts in the next couple of days to make sure they agree it is safe to run coal-fired engines, which are known for sending off cinders and starting small fires. On Wednesday, La Plata County Commissioners discussed whether to downgrade current Stage 3 fire restrictions, which ban the use of coal-fired steam engines. Lowering the fire restrictions would effectively allow DSNG officials to decide whether it's safe to run coal-fired engines. However, there's no guarantee commissioners will ease fire restrictions. On June 21st, for instance, commissioners turned down a request to downgrade to Stage 2 restrictions, arguing the extreme fire danger had not diminished as a result of one weekend of storms. La Plata County did grant the railroad permission Tuesday to take the train back to Durango from Silverton to prepare for a possible reopening on Thursday. The DSNG shut down service June 1st, the day the 416 fire broke out, to lower the risk of additional wildfires. The Harper family has assured the public that coal-fired engines would not run until rains relieved drought conditions. Southwest Colorado received some rain over the past few days, but not enough to reverse the extreme fire danger. Just yet. The U.S. Drought Monitor still lists the region in an exceptional drought, the highest and most dangerous drought category, D4. Gretchen Fitzgerald, spokeswoman for the U.S. Forest Service, said rain across the area has been spotty and inconsistent. As a result, the Forest Service won't downgrade any fire restrictions until more precipitation arrives. The San Juan National Forest is currently under Stage 2 restrictions. Rains predicted for later this week, however, could change that. The National Weather Service has even issued a flash flood watch for Southwest Colorado for yesterday and today, Thursday, and into Friday, with the chance of rain continuing into the weekend. Basically, we're going to wait and see what the rain does, Fitzgerald said. We've all got our fingers crossed. Durango Fire Protection District Chief Hal Doty said, however, he feels comfortable with lowering fire restrictions. We believe the weather forecast shows it's likely we'll continue to get rain showers the next several days, he said. The DSNG Harper said the train has implemented a few new measures over the past month aimed at reducing the risk of wildfire. The DSNG recently entered a contract with the Durango Fire Protection District to have a fire truck follow the train between Durango and Rockwood if conditions are exceptionally dry. On Tuesday, crews with the Fire Protection District started clearing brush and building fire lines along the DSNG's right-of-way to prevent sparks from the train from starting fires. The DSNG preventative measures that were already in place, namely the pop cars that follow trains with the capability to douse flames and an on-call helicopter, will also be available. While the cause of the 416 fire is under investigation, witness accounts from neighbors adjacent to where the fire started said a cinder from the train started the wildfire. Al Harper said the DSNG has had to cancel 40,000 passenger rides in the month of June alone. Harper estimated the closure of the railroad caused an economic loss of about $33 million to the area. The DSNG was also forced to furlough 150 employees. Harper said half of those people have been hired back and the other half found new jobs. The train, as a result, will hire about 75 new employees. For the month of July, the DSNG is down 60% for future reservations and about 30% off for August. Harper said the DSNG took years to recover its ridership after the Missionary Ridge fire in 2002. From the Durango Herald, file photos. Prosecutors believe they have the motive in the murder case against Mark Redwine, who's accused of killing his 13-year-old son, Dylan, in November of 2012. According to court documents, the prosecution team led by 6th Judicial District Attorney Christian Champagne said tension existed between father and son, which was the ultimate motive for the murder, unquote. More specifically, prosecutors said Dylan planned to confront his father about, quote, compromising photographs of Mark Redwine. Prosecutors have mentioned the compromising photographs in the past without ever describing the contents of the photos, but they have never publicly linked the photos directly to the motive in the homicide. District Attorney Christian Champagne declined to comment about the nature of the photographs. On Wednesday, prosecutors filed about 5 motions late last month, some routine, others tailored to the unique circumstances of the Redwine case. One motion filed by prosecutors seeks to introduce statements Dillon made to family and friends prior to his death. For example, Dillon's older brother, Corey Redwine, could testify that Dillon requested his brother send him the compromising photos so he could confront Mark Redwine with them during a visit, the motion says. Quote, Dillon Redwine's statements that he had seen the photographs and previously planned to use them to get back at his father during an argument ties in directly to the motive for the murder because this was a documented trigger of violence for Mark Redwine. That, according to the prosecution's motion. During a news conference in July 2017, shortly after Redwine's arrest, Champagne said the photos, quote, are certainly a point of contention between Dillon and his father, adding, we think it's an important part of the case, an important part of the probable cause analysis that supports the charges. Dillon visited his father as part of a court-ordered visit on November 18th of 2012 and was reported missing the next day. His remains were found in June of 2013, about 8 miles from Redwine's home north of Vallecito Reservoir. The La Plata County Sheriff's Office named Redwine a person of interest in the case in August of 2013, and he was arrested nearly 4 years later in Bellingham, Washington. Redwine pleaded not guilty on June 29th to second-degree murder and child abuse resulting in death. A 4-week jury trial is set to begin November 26th. If convicted, he could face 16 to 48 years in prison. Prosecutors and defense lawyers typically file a series of motions leading up to a homicide trial. Each side has a chance to respond to the other side's motions, but no responses to the prosecution's most recent motions had been publicly posted as of Wednesday. The prosecution seeks to use statements Dillon made in the days, weeks, and months before his death. The statements include conversations about his relationship with his father that led to tensions before his trip, the compromising photographs he observed, and conversations regarding his thoughts on the visit itself. Included among the statements are conversations Dillon had with an attorney and a judge about the court-ordered visit, the documents say. Prosecutors also plan to use phone calls and text messages from Dillon's phone. These statements will be offered to prove a material fact that when Dillon Redwine went to visit his father on November 18, 2012, and was murdered, there was tension in the relationship that led to the ultimate motive for the murder, the document reads. Prosecutors said Dillon's statements directly contradict statements made by Redwine, which downplay tensions in their relationship. Additional motions were filed. Redwine is next scheduled to appear in court on October 10th for a motions hearing, where a judge is expected to hear arguments and possibly rule on some of the motions filed by prosecutors and defense attorneys. From the Durango Herald, photo Leah Espinosa. An ash flow likely caused a small fish kill in the Animas River north of Durango, and it is likely more fish will die as ash flows into the river from the 416 fire burn scar. Leah Espinosa and her family found about 20 dead fish in the river on Tuesday, about 5 miles north of town on their property. The river is really dark from all the rain and runoff, she said. It was the first time she has found dead fish on her property, she said. The fish, mostly brown trout, likely suffocated in the ash, said Joe Lewandowski, a spokesman with Colorado Parks and Wildlife. They ranged in size from 3 to 16 inches. Their gills were pretty much covered with ash, he said. While the fish were all found in the same spot, it's impossible to know where they came from because fish will flee from polluted water, he said. It is likely the low water level in the river also contributed to the kill. Lots of water can help dilute ash and sediment and help keep fish alive. It's possible that ash could kill more fish in the Animas River, but there's nothing Colorado Parks and Wildlife officials can do to prevent those deaths, he said, but they are monitoring it. No other fish kills had been reported to wildlife officials as of Wednesday afternoon, Lewandowski said. Ash and other runoff is not expected to hurt the recently reintroduced cutthroat trout, a native fish, in the Hermosa Creek because those fish live above the burn scar, he said. To report fish die-offs in Animas River and Hermosa Creek, call them at 247-0855. The national weather map from NOAA shows quite a bit of turbulence across the southwest with increased potential for flash flooding after such dry weather in recent weeks. Central Minnesota to northwest Wisconsin is also a target area for severe storms today and into Friday. And you can see all across the southeast and southern eastern coast that low pressure drops in there and brings more chances of thunderstorms, a potential for light rains in New England, and otherwise high pressures clear out the rest of the country with more average temperatures prevailing. Regionally, we have a hazardous weather outlook with thunderstorms set to redevelop over the higher terrain late this morning, continuing through the afternoon and lingering well into the evening. Severe weather is not expected, however. Some cells will be capable of generating excessive rainfall, which may lead to rockfall and debris flows in steep terrain. Fresh burn scars, mostly notably from the 416 fire and the Lake Christian fire, are particularly susceptible to debris flows and flash flooding. Afternoon showers and thunderstorms will continue through the forecast period with a chance for localized heavy rain and gusty winds each day. So the DCTV 5-day outlook. Today, a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms mainly after 1 p.m. Partly sunny with a high near 85. South winds 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming north in the afternoon. Tonight, a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms mainly before 11, mostly cloudy with a low around 58. Northeast winds around 5 miles an hour, becoming calm. Friday, a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms afternoon, mostly sunny with a high near 86. South winds around 5 miles an hour, becoming northeast in the afternoon. Friday night, a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms before midnight, mostly cloudy with a low around 59. North-northeast winds around 5 miles an hour, becoming south-southeast in the evening. And then Saturday, a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly afternoon. Partly sunny with a high near 86. South-southwest winds 5 miles an hour. Saturday night, a chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy with a low around 59, and the chance remains at 40%. And then Sunday, a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms after 9 a.m., partly sunny with a high near 87. Sunday night, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms before midnight, partly cloudy with a low around 60. And then Monday, we now have a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms afternoon, mostly sunny with a high near 86, and then Monday night, partly cloudy with a low around 59, and Tuesday, mostly sunny with a high near 87. Tuesday night, partly cloudy with a low around 59. And now, back to the news. Reported by the Durango Herald, photo credits Shane Benjamin and Patrick Armijo. The desire to build an arts conference and event center in downtown Durango is gaining new steam from residents who say the need is real and the potential economic impact would be a boon. Durango City Councilors heard a pitch this week for an arts and events center on a 4.6-acre parcel used as a parking lot by the Durango and Silverton Narrow Gauge Railroad at the corner of College Drive and Camino del Rio. Supporters are looking to gain an official partnership from the city to aid in the planning, designing, and building of the complex. The project would cost between $34 million and $47 million, depending on the level of amenities added in the final design. The proposed center would include a 450-seat theater, a total of 3,000 square feet of meeting rooms and classrooms, a 6,000 square foot lobby that could be converted to hold special events or for dining, a catering kitchen, and a 450-space parking garage. It's not risky. There are cities and communities all over Colorado doing this, and we need to play catch-up, Frank Underwood, executive director of the Durango Area Tourism Office, told councilors. Proponents estimate the center would generate $21 million to $31 million annually in economic activity and increase local tax revenues by $1 million annually. Our philosophy is to make this work, you must have as much flexible space as possible to generate as much revenue as possible, said Bud Franks, a prime proponent of the center and co-owner of Franks Associates, which develops arts, conference, and business centers. The idea, he said, is to hold conferences and business events in the morning, weddings and other rental events throughout the day, and theater and performing arts events at night to keep the doors revolving and generating the maximum income possible. The center's site near downtown is important not only because conference attendees prefer to be near hotels, restaurants, and shopping, but also to deliver an economic boost to merchants, he said. Underwood noted a conference and events center would allow the region to tap into the $325 billion national market for meetings and conferences that currently cannot be reached by existing infrastructure. I've heard from tourism officials in other cities that they say they hope Durango doesn't build this because they think it would steal business from them, Underwood said. Durango has a certain cachet, but right now it doesn't have the facilities. Al Harper, owner of the DS&G, said after the meeting he is not convinced the project could be built without harming the railroad. Harper owns 3.2 acres of the proposed building site, and the city owns the other 1.4 acres of the parcel, which now provides 300 parking spaces for the train. If anything bothers me, it's that they made this presentation to the city, and you have to have the railroad's cooperation to make it happen, and they don't have that, Harper told the Durango Herald after meeting with the councilors. I'd love to work with them, but they can't hurt the railroad when it's done. Harper noted the $31 million in economic activity the center is touted to generate pales in comparison with the $190 million in economic activity he said is generated by the DS&G in a normal year. The property now occupied by Albertsons, Harper said, might be the most appropriate site for an events and conference center. He also suggested locating the center at FLC. Tim Walsworth, executive director of the Business Improvement District, said a public-private partnership is vital to bringing the proposal to fruition, and the group was asking the city to make staff available to aid in the planning for the center and figure out optimal ways to move forward. In addition, he said city staff could help in finding different financing vehicles to pay for development. However, councilors remained uncommitted after Tuesday's presentation. Quote, "We will consider this," said Mayor Sweetie Barbury, "but right now we have many other things on our plate." Today's High Canyon Country happenings. Alert in Dolores County from the Sheriff's Office. The flash flood watch continues for the 416 fire burn scar in northwest La Plata County and from noon Mountain Time today through 9 p.m. this evening, and then again from noon Friday through Friday evening. National Weather Service meteorologists are forecasting the potential for moderate to heavy rainfall over the burn scar, which may lead to flash flooding and debris flows. Heavy rainfall over the 416 wildfire burn scar is of particular concern. Residents near this wildfire and along the Highway 550 corridor near Hermosa should prepare for potential flooding impacts. Be sure to stay up to date with information from local authorities. Affected areas are the Animas River Basin, southwest San Juan Mountains. And also be sure to beware when you're driving up towards the Egner area because flash floods did occur yesterday as well. Friday, July 13th, join Canyon Country Discovery Center in Monticello for a unique experience exploring the night sky. CCDC staff will be manning the 14-inch telescope, leading activities and facilitating discussions. The party will move to the indoor planetarium if there's inclement weather. It's $3 per person, $12 for family, and free for members of the center. There's also free hot chocolate provided, and they'd love if you brought your own mug. All of these happenings are posted on our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page, along with the YouTube replays, weather, and original stories and local posts. To share your event or information, contact us. It's dcbnnews@gmail.com or call the station 970-677-4119. Thanks for tuning in. News at Noon airs at noon Monday through Thursday and then is available on demand online on our YouTube channel and our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page. Please like us there and share it with a friend. This has been a production of DCTV for the News at Noon program out of Dove Creek, Colorado, USA. I'm Kendra Cook. Thank you for watching.